The night after I accepted Islam, like I was really afraid. Yeah, then I told my parents over the phone because I was in Morocco, and I think they only really realized when I went back to Brazil, because I think that maybe they might have thought like, oh, this is just like a phase he's going through or something. But actually, my mom said something really beautiful. Like when I was talking to her, she said, "Well, if Islam makes you feel closer to God, then I'm happy for you." Wait, I need to think a little bit more. I can't. I need to think a little bit. Sorry, I just don't. I'm half Brazilian, half American. My mom is Brazilian, my father's American. And I grew up mostly in Brazil, near São Paulo city. But I also, when I was young, I spent a little bit of time living in the U.S. My parents are not very religious. My father's actually not at all, but my mom is. So her family is Catholic. But we would go sometimes to Catholic church, sometimes to like ecumenical Christian churches. There was one point in my life when I told myself that I actually would never follow like any specific religion, because I felt that sometimes it seemed like religions would divide people more than bring them together. So it was really when I went to Morocco that I became really interested in Islam. And so after that, it was this teacher actually that invited me to a program in Spain that was happening at that year. And it was there that I met the sheikhs like Sheikh Yahya Rodis and Sheikh Hamza Yusuf. And it was really upon like hearing their lessons that I was just like, this is the truth, like this is what I believe in my heart. And that's when, like in those 3 days, that's when I really began thinking like seriously about converting to Islam. And it was a huge conflict within me. Like it was, because in my mind, in my heart, and I was like, this is it. This is the truth. Like I fully believe in this. But then in my mind, I had so many barriers to accepting Islam. I was so afraid. I was really afraid about the reaction of my family and friends. I was afraid that they would not understand, that that they would question me. All the stupid stereotypes about Islam, like in the media and stuff. People really don't know. They have no idea. But I was also afraid that like Muslims would say that I'm not doing things right. Because I really didn't think I could do it. I was like, this is so beautiful, but I don't think I can pray 5 times a day. Like, I don't think I can fast. Even the night after I accepted Islam, like, I was really afraid. Yeah, then I told my parents over the phone because I was in Morocco. And I think they only really realized when I went back to Brazil. Because I think that maybe they might have thought like, oh, this is just like a phase he's going through or something. But actually, my mom said something really beautiful. Like when I was talking to her, she said, well, if Islam makes you feel closer to God, then I'm happy for you. Of course, there's some things that are difficult, a little bit difficult for them to understand, and that's normal. I can't expect them to like relate to everything that I'm going through or to understand everything that I'm going through, because some things can be strange and like really new for them. So, but I feel like I'm the one that has to kind of relate to them, because I was there. I understand exactly like a lot of their concerns, a lot of their fears, because I was the same, like before. Like one of the things that I said I was afraid of was that I would like change completely or something. But I think that the things that, my core is I'm still the same person as I always was, and you will always be. I think that Islam just helps me, has helped me like undo the things that, the habits or the negative thought process is, like unlearn some of the things that I was just carrying that just are not unnecessary, that are unimportant. I definitely think that Islam helped improve my relationship with my family. I feel like my purpose in life is much clearer right now. Like before, I didn't really have, I guess, a purpose in life. Especially moments of difficulty, of trial, that I would catch myself like running to God. And then in those moments, I would really realize like, I need this. Like, I need this. with everyone around you, because really Islam should make your relationships with other people improve. I mean, of course there are some hardships, there might be some tensions with people understanding, but ultimately your relationships with them should become better when you're a Muslim, because that's what we're asked for, right? We're asked for it to be the best we can be, especially to our families and to everyone around us. Always your fears, my fears were much greater than they had to be. Like, everything that I was really afraid about was really not such a huge concern afterwards. You will still be yourself. The change will be a natural change. It should be a natural change that comes from within you, from your heart. And it's a change that will bring you closer, inshallah, closer to God. Like, everything that you let go of are things that were just, barriers between you and God before.